Hi there.
Hello,
welcome to Master Your Mental Health. Dr. Jackie here. There's Alyson. We're here to talk about one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Me time.
Me.
Me.
Yeah.
The importance of me time.
The importance of me. You know what?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay to put yourself as a priority.
Yeah. Even if, because honestly, so one of the things, I'm going to jump ahead. One of the things that I say to my patients sometimes when they say, well, how can I possibly have me time? I've got kids and this and that. And I'm like, okay, think about the airplane, the oxygen mask.
Yes.
If you don't put on your oxygen mask first, you're not going to be able to help anybody else.
That's right.
And that is the metaphor that I use for when I talk to my patients about how important it is.
Exactly.
It is the literal oxygen mask.
It is the oxygen mask. And you know, we have such conflicted feelings about, like, people either, you know, they don't want to, if I'm thinking about me, am I going to be narcissistic or
Am I
something?
selfish?
Am I selfish?
Yeah.
And then it's like they just disown themselves, and that's not good.
Mm-mm.
But what we're actually talking about is investing in yourself, taking care of yourself, investing some time in you too. Mm-hmm. And so there's lots of ways to have me time, and it's so good for you.
It's good in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
Like physically, we know that obviously stress is bad. We know this. It has a horrible effect on human health.
Yeah.
And I think that while people are racing around trying to reduce their stress, if they just stopped and took some time, that would have a really good positive impact on just overall health. And it doesn't have to be a lot of time.
No.
But just to stop and kind of literally, metaphorically smell the roses.
Well, and like you say, and as a physician, you know, you've seen the costs of stress.
Yeah, the human cost.
What it really does to people.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that many of the people that you dealt with were very stressed, and then extra stressed because they were dealing with a medical issue.
Right.
But
it's true.
Yeah.
And actually, I have a friend who's a yoga instructor, and she had a practice, and I think still does, where she dealt with people with illnesses, doing yoga with them as part of their overall health. And I think that that's a really great holistic approach.
Such a good thing, and what a great way to take me time.
Exactly.
Right, for somebody. Yeah. So, I mean, this is where there's so many reasons it's good. Like Jackie says, it's good for your health.
Yeah.
I believe me time is also good, not just for me, but for the world.
Yeah.
And the way I'll explain that is that when you have me time and you key into your own self-compassion.
Yep.
See, compassion comes from inside first. Yeah. That compassion really is understanding and caring, you know, the caring for other people, right? Mm-hmm. And carrying that load together. So the more you have compassion for yourself, the easier it's going to be for you to have compassion for others.
Yeah.
So if I'm connected with me and myself and caring of me, I will care for others more. So it's not just good for our bodies, like you were talking about, not just good for ourselves, it's good for the world. And it's also along the lines of what Jackie was saying around physical health. Guess what? Me time is good for our brains. Yeah.
Yes.
You know, this old brain needs a reboot sometimes. And me time will give us the reboot.
Yep.
It's amazing. If you can take sometimes 5 minutes for yourself, especially if you're whirling and twirling and getting all stressed out, and you take that time, and we can talk about some ways to do that.
Yeah, we will in another episode.
But is that you can you can really come back more effective and more. I'm
sure with everyone present around, like with your children, with your relationships, with everybody, with your job, with work. I have another friend who walks on the seawall at lunchtime. Yeah. Because that's her me time, and that makes sense. I mean, I guess the only caveat would be, and this is the one thing, my one question would be, is me time ever not functional? Like, at what point would you say, okay,
Good question.
Yeah.
You know, and I think with me time, I mean, there are times if we are using it to procrastinate or to push our own agenda on something, then that's not really an effective use of me time. Yeah. That becomes an excuse.
Yeah, if you're trying to avoid something, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a procrastinator, so I do, I'm guilty.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden, you know, you want to go out and do all those things for yourself because you know you have this deadline or something that you're supposed to be doing, and then you find all these reasons to not do it. That is just an excuse.
Yeah.
That's not, the problem with that, Jackie, is that your brain doesn't really get to even rest fully in that me time because you're not
avoiding. Genuine.
Yeah,
it's fake me time.
It's fake me time. That's
right. It really is, right? Because you're basically saying, oh, I'm gonna avoid this, but by the act of avoiding that, you're actually making things worse for your brain. So you're still trying to fight off that, right?
So we can throw in a few ideas around, just quick ones around what you could do for me time. We'd also love it if you have any great suggestions.
Please contribute. That'd be great. We'd love to hear from you.
We'd like to actually know what you do for your me time as well. And your ideas can help other people.
Yeah. So exactly.
The more
it's a community. We're having a conversation.
But a few things, maybe we could go back and forth a little bit here. But one of the things I like to do is get up early and go for a walk.
That sounds fantastic. You will never find me getting out of bed early.
I'm a bit of an early riser.
I'm not. One of the things I like to do, I like to take photos. With my phone. I want to take a photography class, but one of the things I really like to do is take photos of things like flowers and sunsets and like I live in a place where I can see the sunset, and so for me I take the time and I actually appreciate that time. So there's about half an hour a day where I just kind of go, oh.
I have a great idea.
What?
Now that you've brought that up, I think we should share some of our me time photos on our Facebook.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Actually, because you do photos,
I do that too.
Yeah.
So, if you would like to come check out some of our photos of those flowers and
Master
sunsets.
Mental Health on Facebook. Master Your Mental Health. I'll put the link below, but it's on Facebook.
Come
just
check
search
them out. And
that's right.
We'd love to see your photos too.
Yeah. That's great. Good idea.
So, that's a great idea. Another one, which is easy. You know, you have to bathe anyways, right? Shower and bathe anyways.
Yeah.
Might as well savor that time.
Yeah.
As me time.
Yeah. And what's wrong with getting some bath salts?
Yeah.
Like we're burning candles, actually. That's the other an Oprah thing that I learned or heard years ago. She's like, why does everyone keep the candles but never burns them? It's like, right, burn the candles, because you never know, like, you know, there's more candles where that came from. Like, enjoy those moments. Use the bath salts.
Useful. Those are
Use the bath bubbles. Do whatever you like, you know, enjoy, luxuriate a little bit, right?
Oh, I love that. And I agree with you with the candles. I've had to kind of train myself to actually use them, and now I do.
I'm much in the habit now of doing it.
It's actually really nice, and it can just change the mood too.
Yeah.
Another thing for me is, man, I like to read. Sometimes just like to read a book.
Yeah. Me too. A crossword puzzle. I love crossword puzzles.
See, like those are
again that you know. It's a little cheap crossword puzzle book. You don't have to go on expensive vacations in Bali to have me time, although that would be good.
Yeah, that would be really good.
I wouldn't argue with it. Another one is self-care. Like, man, I do like myself a pedicure. I don't have a very good back, so for me, getting a pedicure means that I don't have to like try and deal with it myself. So like stuff like that for me is fantastic.
And for me, sometimes I know it's. I mean, we always have to watch a little bit, but honestly, sometimes a good series on Netflix can actually be like amazing.
Yeah, my current favorite. Not that anyone asked, but I'm going to tell you anyway. It's called Sherlock.
Oh, it's so good.
With Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Just trust me, watch it. It's really good.
It's really good. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, getting like, and you know what else is fun? That is me time, but then you get to go talk to your friends and say, are you watching Sherlock?
Yeah, exactly. Or look at these photos I did.
Did you see this? Yeah, just share it. So it actually can connect us with the community too.
It does. Like, what if I do, I will, but you know, when I show up at photography class, I want to do this because it's part of my me time, but I'm also getting out there and doing other things, right?
That's what I was actually going to say, and it was another great segue, Jackie, was that me time doesn't always have to be alone.
Yeah.
You can be taking your me time at your photography class, joining a book club,
sitting in front of a camera with a friend, having a conversation.
I know. Go to a paint night. Though that can be me time as well.
Yeah.
And because it nourishes you. Yeah. So we're going to really encourage you to
challenge you, maybe even.
Yeah, challenge you. I think maybe
gently
to start consciously.
Prioritizing yourself and just saying, I'm doing this because I'm a priority in my life.
Yeah.
And give yourself that message. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with giving yourself positive messages.
No, in fact, there's a lot right with it. So, and Jackie and I also want to make sure we remember to let you know, and we are inviting you in to join this conversation. We're loving having these conversations with you, but we're not providing counseling or medical.
Yeah, this is not within the scope of a medical practice.
Yeah.
We're really having a conversation, and we were just hoping that we would get conversations going around mental health, which I think, more and more is happening in the community, so that's great.
I think these are essential conversations.
Yes.
And I want to say to you folks that are joining us in these conversations, that I believe that you really are on the cusp of big changes.
Yeah.
Like
agreed.
You're leaders now in mastering your mental health.
Yeah.
Like you are actually part of the group leading this charge, because I believe that this conversation is just going to grow bigger and bigger, because we are recognizing how much mental health is part of our health, and we are honored for the time that you are spending with us.
And grateful for it, for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you
as
so
always.
much. Yeah.
Bye.
Enjoy your me time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.